Superhero movies draft. Special movies, special picks, special players here. First overall, I'm going Avengers Infinity War.
With Spider-Man No Way Home.
That's a great pick.
It's got a lot of firepower. When it comes to comic book movies, it is probably the best comic book movies of all time. And I'm going to Batman.
I'm going Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
My favorites.
I grew up, and I'm pretty sure my neighbor didn't even know my name was because I went around saying I'm Spider-Man.
Most enjoyable Marvel movie of all time. Welcome to Catching a Vibe. This is episode 39. I'm your host, Drew. Today I'm joined by my brother, once again, Willie B. Willie, how are we doing?
Doing good. Getting excited. We're getting close to Spider-Man back in theaters.
Yes. So, since you mentioned it, Willie's the movie guy, and we're going to be reviewing the Spider-Man movies again, and this piqued my interest of doing a superhero movies draft. So, that's the topic of today here. God, it's going to be so sweet seeing, like, Toby movies in theaters.
Yes.
I think I only saw, like, the second and third one.
I don't think I saw any of them.
You didn't see any of them?
When I was a kid, like, I loved movies, but my family wasn't big moviegoers.
Gotcha.
So, like, now I go to every movie every week.
Right.
But when I was a kid, I couldn't just hop in the car and drive down to the theater. So, I don't think I saw any of them, and I think the first Spider-Man movie I saw in theaters was Andrews.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I remember.
So I'm really excited.
Yeah, I remember me and my dad went to see the third Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And, like, afterwards, he was like, so what do you think? I was like, I kind of hated it, because, like, Spider-Man, Peter was a jerk in the movie because of the symbiote. Yeah. Bully Maguire. I didn't realize at the time how iconic that scene was going to be, but God.
Watch what meme it would become.
Yes. So excited for that.
Oh, me too, man. And I guess my mom, like, she was cool. She would take me to horror movies in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I never asked to see Spider-Man 3 in theaters. Because, like, I remember going to see Rob Zombie's Halloween when I was 8.
Really?
And that would have been the same year that Spider-Man 3 came out.
Yeah. 2007, right?
Yeah. And then I saw Halloween 2 and the Friday the 13th remake in 2009 when I was 10. So, like, she was cool enough to take me to those movies because they were definitely rated R. But, I mean, anything Rob Zombie makes is rated R. But, I guess maybe I never asked to go see the third one, or maybe it was my dad's day or something. You know, split parenting.
Yeah, split parenting. Okay, today we have special movies, special picks, special players here.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want the first pick or the second pick? We're going through a snake draft here.
I'm going to put you on the clock.
You're putting me on the clock, the 101?
I'm gonna go back to backer. I'm gonna go back to backer off the rip.
I respect that. First overall, I think it's pretty obvious. I'm going Madam Web.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Definitely not.
I feel like it'd be between two.
I am.
So
this movie is probably like top 3 for me. It's not my favorite.
Yeah.
But I feel like majority of, like, superhero fans think this is number 1. I'm going Avengers Infinity War.
Okay. I'm really happy you went that route because I'm in the same boat. I'm actually in a different boat than you.
All right.
I think Infinity War is a phenomenal film.
I love it.
But I don't think it's top 10 MCU for me.
Really?
No.
You don't think
Hot take. We're going early hot take.
I respect it, but just, like...
Now, as far as the fans go, they like that pick.
Yeah. I mean, it was just so awesome seeing, like, all the heroes in one movie.
Yeah.
You know, we get the Guardians versus, like, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Thor.
That's probably my favorite
Wakanda
scene
fight.
in the movie. I got one better. Wise Gamora.
Yes. Love
Drax.
Drax is so goated in that movie. But, yeah. So, I'm going Infinity War first overall.
All right. Okay. So... For me, you kind of threw me for a loop. I had 2 different movies in mind, and whichever one you didn't pick, I was going to take. And you didn't take either. So now I'm here, like, but I don't know if I want to take both right now.
You tried to trick me, but I tricked you.
So with the second pick, I'm going to start my team off with Spider-Man No Way Home.
That's a great pick.
It's got a lot of firepower. You got 3 Spideys coming at you, so I got a depth pick going there. I got 3 point guards off the rip, dude.
The 3-point?
3 point guards.
Yeah.
You can't beat that. And I got one that has experience. I got one that's got a little bit of experience, and I got the newcomer. Like, I got the rookie.
Mm-hmm.
So
that movie, just seeing in theaters, was just so awesome.
What an experience.
Love the movie. It has its flaws.
Oh,
let's
for
be
sure.
honest.
I mean, every comic book movie does.
I agree, but like, I just wish Toby and like Goblin interacted
for sure.
instead of just getting stabbed.
That's probably the biggest thing. Outside of that, though, like,
Right.
I loved the design of the Green Goblin.
Oh yeah.
The apartment or hotel or whatever they were in, that whole battle was sweet.
Yes.
Doc Ock and the lines that came back from the originals and saving MJ and like, it's just it was a whirlwind of emotion.
It was.
It's a movie for me that did not feel as long as it was. I ended up watching I think 11 times in theaters.
You watched it 11 times?
I'm pretty sure.
I think
like
I
10
saw
or
it.
11.
I think I saw it like 2 or 3 times.
And
for
like
sure.
the first 7 times was with a different person who hadn't seen it yet. So I'm over here like watching. I'm like waiting for them to react. Like,
yeah. Like peeking over. What do you
Catch
think
that?
it is? Yeah.
It's Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just Marvel has provided probably like 5 of my top 10 theater experiences, but
easily.
Endgame and Infinity War were great, but that still takes it for me.
I respect that. I
So
really do.
I want that at the top of my team.
I like your first pick there.
With my back-to-backer, I think I'm going to go value pick here.
Okay.
A movie I love, a movie I'd give 5 stars, and a movie that, when it comes to comic book movies, is probably one of the objectively best comic book movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going the Batman.
The Batman?
I'm going the Batman.
Oh,
I'm going the Batman.
Okay.
I know Corey's going to love that pick. Like I said, I mean, objectively, it's probably one of, if not the best superhero movies of all time.
Oh, for sure.
When you start getting subjective, that's when I start throwing in my Marvel stuff because
Yeah.
I'm more of a Marvel fan. But,
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, what Reeves and Robert Pattinson did with this film, it's not your typical superhero film in the sense that it's almost like a thriller horror because of how scary they made the Riddler in the sense that, like, that's what I love that Riddler. Like, obviously, you have the Jim Carrey Riddler who's fun, quippy, like all of that. But Paul Dano's Riddler is top 3 superhero villain for me.
Top 3.
Yeah,
I respect that. Can we all agree that like the Batman trailer is one of the greatest trailers of all time? That trailer had me so hyped for this movie.
For sure, and the use of the red and black, like I literally just mentioned this on one of my podcasts I had recently. When movies use that like red and black aesthetic, like The Lost Boys, Seven, it just adds a layer that I love when you can use color in a color that's so like ominous, so well, and like with the fire and the crash scene and like
it just portrayed Gotham so well.
Oh, for sure,
so well, and the gloominess,
Black and across the board, there was not a bad performance. Colin Farrell as the Penguin was awesome.
Yeah.
I really like Robert Pattinson's Batman.
I like Gordon with Jeffrey
Wright.
Yeah. I like his Gordon.
I was blown away by it, and I'm going back-to-back picks that are combined 5.5 hours, but both of them don't really feel that long to me.
No.
Now the Batman feels a little longer than No Way Home, and it is.
I agree,
but it still at the end of the day doesn't feel like a 3-hour movie.
No.
So I'm going. That's my 1-2 punch. I've got the 3-headed monster and Vengeance coming at you, brother.
That's tough.
That's tough.
That's tough.
I've already got 4/5 of my starting lineup, and we haven't even gotten the 3rd pick.
All right, so my 2nd pick here. I feel like this is the pick you thought I would go first overall.
I figured it once I didn't take it. This is where you're going.
I'm going Avengers Endgame.
Yeah,
my favorite.
So you've got like 60 roster spots already.
Yeah. We got the JV team. We got the freshman team, varsity team here. That Endgame, I love it so much.
For sure.
It like especially being the OG. Like I remember seeing Iron Man in 2008. Just all the way stacking up these movies to that moment. The final battle, Iron Man sacrificing himself. That movie I've probably seen like 20 times now. It's a 3-hour movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Endgame was another one of those theaters. We got to see that one together too, and we were like 20, so we're still fresh out of high school.
Yeah.
But actually, you would have been 19, wouldn't have you been? Or no, were you 20? It came out in April, so you might have been.
I would have been.
You were still technically a teenager.
Yeah.
But no, it was like you said. It was another great theater experience. When I said like Infinity War is not top 10 for me, my hot take would be that it's actually my 3rd favorite Avengers movie. I would put the original ahead of it as well. But Endgame is my favorite, so I like this pick at 2 for you. When you didn't take No Way Home or Endgame first.
Uh-huh.
Whatever you took, I was taking second. And then you didn't take either, and I was like, oh, I still want
Oh shit! What did I do?
I still want the Batman to fall to me, and I don't know if it'll fall to me at 3. So
I respect that.
she threw me for a loop there.
So I got the Avengers here. My third pick. I feel like you know where I'm going here. Maybe not.
I have an idea.
You have an idea?
Is
Okay.
it? Yeah, I have an idea.
Okay. I'm going with the third pick. Spider-Man 2.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Was that what
Yep,
you're...
Yep.
I mean, to me, that's my favorite Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Just, it was so good. Doc Ock,
Yep.
Toby losing his powers, losing the reason why he wanted to be Spider-Man. That movie just, I love it.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. I love
Yeah.
that movie.
It's awesome. That train
For-
scene is one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah, that was
Any comic book
2004, and
Yeah.
the fights in that.
Yeah.
Toby knocking him out with every punch. Did you know that? Like when they're like climbing up the building, Toby's knocking him out with every punch, but the arms are like grabbing
That's
so he
sweet.
doesn't fall.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I saw that on TikTok. I was like, wow, that does make sense.
Yeah.
And you rewatch the scene, you're like, yeah, he's knocked every
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
So I just
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Spider-Man 2, man.
All right, so for my third pick, we're getting into the tough picks here.
Yes.
I'm gonna go back to DC, and that's crazy because I as a whole I love Marvel more, but I think that DC's top 2 movies, in my opinion, are works of art. They're masterpieces.
I was debating Spider-Man 2 in the movie. I think you're about to pick.
I'm going Joker.
Joker. Oh.
Now, you might be saying, can you call this a superhero movie? But Bruce Wayne does make an appearance.
Yeah.
So, like,
he's 8 in it.
we're
but
counting it,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's more of a comic book movie than a superhero movie, but at the end of the day, like,
Superhero, super villain.
yeah, at the end of the day, this was, again, like I said, a work of art for me. I watched this film and I was baffled.
Yeah.
I was baffled. It
Yeah.
was, I've seen it probably twice a year since it's come out.
Mm-hmm.
Great score, great cinematography. Joaquin Phoenix is in his element. We haven't gotten a bad Joker performance outside of
No.
Jared Leto.
Yeah.
But like
Everybody forgets about Joker.
in Batman movies,
Right.
like we got Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger, and then now we get a standalone Joker movie, and Joaquin Phoenix is right up there with them. It's like
Mhm.
these are the guys that are getting nominations and Oscar awards, and nobody else in comic book movies is like.
Yeah.
So there's got to be something said about that. But yeah, I'm going Joker with my third pick. So
I
he's
like that pick a lot.
he's my little wild card on my roster.
Hey, you gotta have a wild card.
Gotta have a
There.
wild card.
The X Factor.
Yeah. He's the one that, might not be the best teammate, but with fourth quarter, 2 minutes left, he's going to drop 3 threes. So, and then fourth for me, I'm going to go to the roots. I'm going to go Spider-Man 2002.
My comfort movie.
This is my favorite Spider-Man movie, or probably my favorite Spider-Man movie. I'd probably put it ahead of No Way Home, but No Way Home holds a little more value in a draft.
Right.
It's the one that really got it started. I mean, when you talk about what got comic book movies started, it's 89 Batman, 2000 X-Men, and 2002 Spider-Man are the 3 movies that everybody talks
The
about.
pillars.
And for me, of those 3, Spider-Man holds the most nostalgia, holds the most value, the closest to my heart of those 3 movies. I grew up, and I'm pretty sure my neighbor didn't even know what my name was because I went around saying I'm Spider-Man. So I've got to go the original Spider-Man at 4th overall. Which means I have 2 Tobys on my team, but at the end of the day,
I don't think anyone's going to hate that.
no.
Let's be honest.
I have
here.
experienced Toby and rookie Toby coming out. I have Toby catching the tray coming out of my team now.
Yeah.
So Toby whooping up Flash on my team now.
I love that pick there.
That's my 4th pick.
It gets tougher, like you said.
Yeah.
Like the 3, 4, 5 picks are tough.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of surprised you didn't pick this movie when we're talking DC.
Okay.
I'm going to Dark Knight. I feel like everybody loves this movie because Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
And Christian Bale, Christopher Nolan. I mean, that trio is greatness. Let's be
for
honest.
sure.
2 of the greatest actors of the 2000s, and Christopher Nolan, who's also regarded as one of the greatest directors of all time.
Yeah. This is in the same boat for me as Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
The consensus amongst fans of comics are that
Right.
those are 2 5-star movies.
Right.
I give them both 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
So when I say they're overrated, it's like, I still love them. Like,
Yeah,
I still fanboy over them.
Right.
It's just they don't hold the value that they hold for most people. For me, I think the Batman is much better than the Dark Knight.
I
But
respect
at the end of
that.
the day, the Dark Knight is a phenomenal film. I mean, again, Heath Ledger
Yeah.
won an Academy Award.
Yeah.
One of only 2 comic book characters to ever do that.
Mhm.
So
And
say what you want to say.
the Batman is more of a Batman movie. The Dark Knight is Joker. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
He takes the movie on.
For sure.
So, man, my next
Who's
pick
rounding
here.
out your team?
I'm going, in my opinion, most enjoyable Marvel movie of all time.
You shithead if you take my pick.
I'm going to Thor Ragnarok.
Okay. Ooh.
No? That's,
I love that movie. Don't get me wrong.
I feel like I know who you're going to pick, but Thor Ragnarok, by far the funniest movie. Thor, Hulk, God, I miss when Hulk was a badass, dude. It sucks not seeing him that good, but I'm going Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Comedy gold there.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people love this movie, too. Like, you know-
Ragnarok's the only really good Thor movie.
yeah.
I think the original Thor's solid.
It's
Dark
yeah, it's
Worlds,
decent. Meh.
Love and Thunder,
Meh.
but Ragnarok's a great time. Ragnarok's probably is a top 10 MCU movie for
Oh.
me. It's probably close to my top 5.
Yeah, it's in my
Yeah.
top 5.
No,
so.
that's a good pick, especially
Yeah.
at 5.
Right.
At 5.
I'm getting value there.
There you
with
go.
the
Yeah.
fifth Marvel
So
movie.
I feel like I've been going value with my first 4 picks, with a mix of movies I do love. Like I love all 4 of the movies I've picked so far. But when you're sitting here at 5 and you're trying to think, okay, who's left on the board of value?
Mhm.
Who are the fans can be like, okay, I'm glad he was included. You're thinking Winter Soldier. You're thinking Civil
I was
War.
debating.
You're thinking Civil War.
Yeah.
Like you're thinking movies like that. I'm going selfish here. My favorite MCU movie is going to be my 5th pick, and that is the original Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I have both Guardians 1 and Guardians 3 on
Yes,
my list. You
yes.
can't go wrong with those two.
Iron Man was another one I was contemplating here as far as value picks go.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I still think enough people love that original Guardians of the Galaxy movie that they'll
For
be on
sure.
board, and I just added some depth to the
Oh,
roster.
yeah.
And I added some star power too. Drax is a big man. He's running the center position, man.
Drax the dad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Drax is running the center. You got Spidey's at the point. Like Star Lord coming in at small forward.
Yeah. I get to pick my poison. Because I have about 100 guys
Yeah,
on my
I'm
team.
putting the Joker at the 6th man.
Yeah.
He's my 3rd pick, but he's a high minute 6th man guy, that wild card. But no, like the original Guardians of the Galaxy, it was funny because when that movie was being made and like talked about, everybody's like, why are we making a Guardians of the Galaxy
Right.
movie? Like the comics weren't popular.
Mhm.
Then it came out and it took everybody. It took the world by storm. Like
Mhm.
anybody that was into the MCU was like, oh my god, this is 9, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
For me, it's a 10 out of 10. It's my favorite MCU movie. And now we've got a trilogy that I would argue is the best trilogy in the MCU.
I'd go Guardians and Captain America are probably the 2
Yeah.
best.
And then
Trilogy.
Spidey right there, too.
Right.
Like,
Right.
in my opinion, like, the Guardians movie go like 10, 9, 9.5. Like, it's a pretty good track record. And I know, like,
Oh, no
not
doubt.
everybody agrees with those exact scores, but I feel like everybody's in the ballpark with all 3 of those movies.
Right.
And what James Gunn,
I'm going to miss him.
I'm excited for DC.
I am too.
I am. But
I
what
am
James
too.
Gunn was able to do with that trilogy, and especially that first movie, like, goes to show the man can make a movie.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like Shang-Chi. Like, I don't think many like fans were like super ecstatic for
Yeah.
Shang-Chi. Then you watch, you're like, oh, this is a very good movie.
It's like the best movie in
Yeah.
one of the best movies in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Like when you think
Since
about it,
Endgame.
since Endgame, the 3 best movies are probably No Way Home, Shang-Chi, and Guardians 3.
Totally agree there.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
so Guardians, it may not be the best value pick, but I still think it holds a lot of value, and I need it on my team.
Oh no,
I mean,
that's a great 5th pick. Let's be honest.
I
here.
can't not. You got the 2 Avengers, so you got the Guardians there, but I need the Guardians on my team. So
I was super debating Guardians 3 than Winter Soldier. That's one of my favorites too.
yeah, honorable mentions would be in Winter Soldier, Civil War, and Iron Man. Iron Man started it all as far as MCU goes. Winter Soldier and Civil War are just 2 of those like spy espionage action films that are phenomenal.
Right. Black Panther too for me.
Yeah, like Black Panther as well, or Black Panther Wakanda Forever. When you say 2,
Oh, just Black Panther.
Okay,
the
I was gonna
original.
say,
Wakanda Forever is decent.
it's good.
It's good. Yeah,
It's-
it's probably 7.5, 8 in that range.
Same boat.
That's
yeah.
why you're my guy here.
But the first Black Panther, no, that's like a 9
Yeah.
at least.
Yes.
That's honorable mention. I mean, you really can't go. The original Avengers, like.
I mean, at the time, dude, that was like the greatest thing I've ever
Yeah.
seen. All those heroes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 6 heroes, but like we were so used to just only getting one
Yeah.
hero in
Yeah.
a movie, and they had all 6.
Yeah.
The OG 6.
A lot of good superhero movies.
Lots. And
Hopefully-
we're going to get more. and
We're getting more.
I feel like.
Hopefully, Marvel like gets it figured out. I'm very optimistic about DC now because they've got a guy in charge that has a good track record.
Yeah.
Starting with the writing, helping with writing the Scooby-Doo movies.
Mhm.
James Gunn, the guy.
Scooby-Doo. You
Yeah.
remember the Halloween episode when you were staring off,
Yeah.
just thinking about Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Yeah, James Gunn helped write both of those movies, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then obviously, like I said, Guardians. He will always have a place in my heart because those are 3 of my favorite superhero movies. But yeah, this is gonna be like this is tough to pick who wins because it's
I
almost
know.
when it comes to this, it's almost at preference at that point.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much
We're gonna
every
get comments.
movie
We're gonna
debate.
get comments.
I want to hear the comments.
We're gonna get Winter Soldier comments 100%.
Yeah, I think so.
That's the one I know. That's like a lot of people's number one.
I know. It's a great movie.
I think it's great too. I
Number
probably
1?
have it at like 10 for
Yeah.
MCU.
It's top 10 for sure for me.
That's where it gets tough too, because like MCU, Winter Soldier's a 10. If you start throwing in the Sony movies, I probably have Spider-Man 1 and 2 both at.
I can't believe we didn't have Spider-Verse in these.
That was on my list,
It's
and
on my
depending on
list,
how
too.
you drafted, it was probably
Yeah.
gonna be pulled. But
I had to get a Tobey Spider-Man movie
yeah,
for what he did for my childhood.
that's what I said. The nostalgia pick at 4.
Right.
Guardians was a selfish pick, but I love that movie.
I don't think anyone's going to have an issue with the
The
Guardians.
soundtrack alone deserves to be on there.
Oh,
Dude, the
yeah.
pregame warm-ups with that soundtrack. Come on,
Yes.
come on.
Yes.
What soundtrack do you have going on pregame warm-up?
Well, shoot, brother. I didn't think about that.
A Hero Can Save Us.
Yeah. Nickelback. We'll
Yeah.
get Nickelback.
Chad
for the
Kroger
pregame.
coming on
Yeah.
pregame. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I got, come and get... No, that's
You beat me there in
Yeah,
soundtrack.
dude.
That's for sure.
soundtrack, yeah.
Yeah, but
All 3 of the Guardians movies.
that was fun, brother.
Yes, it was.
I
Thank
really-
you for having me.
I'm excited to be on Fast Times with Willie B.
For sure.
You are going to have to check out those videos. Check out his movie reviews right now.
Appreciate it. I
Best in the
appreciate
game
it.
right
I
here.
appreciate it. I'm trying.
Yeah.
We're grinding.
We're
But,
grinding out here.
Yeah, I'm super excited for these Spider-Man movies. I've been plowing out new release reviews, and I've been trying to figure out ways that I can get more of older stuff in because it's always fun to watch a review on
Yeah.
old stuff. And so when holidays happen, like I've done a Halloween franchise review, Groundhog Day, I reviewed Bill Murray's Groundhog Day, but like now that Cinemark is doing all these theater releases, I'm like, well, this is an opportunity. Like, let's get a guy on for all 3 Toby movies. Let's get a guy on for both of Andrew Garfield's movies. And so, I don't know, it's just an extra way to get content out there and,
More the merrier.
yeah.
But
And then review movies that made our childhood. So,
yeah, I mean,
That's always
can't
fun.
go wrong
go
there.
talk for 30 minutes about Spidey. Like, you can't beat that.
That's the best day.
Exactly.
But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment who has the best movies.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see
Just
what you
two
guys say. But all right, we'll see you next time. Peace.